Succeeded in the first and most important task we set ourselves as a nation, to avoid the tragedy that engulfed other parts of the world.
The UK now has the highest death toll in Europe and the second worst in the world. That fact having been put to the Prime Minister at PMQs today, this was his response.
At this stage, I don't think that international comparisons and the data is yet there to draw all the conclusions that we want.
But as Keir Starmer, the leader of the opposition, promptly pointed out,
the argument that international comparisons can't really be made when the government's been using slides like this for weeks to do international comparison just really doesn't hold water.
the best was yet to come.
In getting up from 2,000 tests a day in March to 120,000 by the end of April.
On April 5th, the Prime Minister pledged that 100,000 people a day would be tested for coronavirus by the end of April. This is the official Number 10 tweet confirming it. We'll test 100,000 people a day by the end of this month. Drilling down into the figures for 30th of April, we can see that the actual number of people tested was only 73,191. The target set by the Prime Minister has continued to be missed every day. At a briefing on May 4th, the Health Secretary said this.
We've built a national testing infrastructure capable of over 100,000 tests a day. Today, the capacity stands at 108,000.
So if our testing capacity stood at 108,000 on May 4th, how was it possible, as the Prime Minister said today, to do 120,000 tests on April 30th? The answer is it wasn't. The target pledged by the Prime Minister to test 100,000 people a day by the end of April was missed. The goalposts were then moved to make it tests only, and the figures adjusted to include some 40,000 test kits that were put in the post but which hadn't actually been processed or carried out.